My name is John Olbrys, and I hope to represent the United States at the 2028 LA Olympics. So this year is the first year ever that coastal rowing is recognized by the national governing body for rowing, U.S. Rowing, in particular the discipline called beach sprints. It's about a 2.5 minute long race where one person from each boat starts up on a starting line on the beach. They sprint to the boat and jump in. They race as fast as they can through the waves out to a buoy about 85 meters out and slalom around that. Go to another buoy 85 meters farther, slalom around that, and go to a third that's about 80 meters past, and do a hairpin turn and just go at breakneck speed all the way back to shore, trying to catch waves and actually surf them in if you can. And the weirdest thing about it is usually you try not to run your boats into things, but you want to hit the shore going as fast as humanly possible, preferably on a wave, at which point either the person farthest to the front of the boat or the person rowing the boat, if it's a solo, will jump out and sprint back up to shore and hit a buzzer and you're done. It's one of those races where before you know it's started, you're already basically done. You know, rowing is such a team-oriented sport, and that also lends itself to as an athlete trying to improve yourself, all of the coaches are willing to lend an opinion or give you advice if you ask for it. So as I've gotten into the sport of coastal rowing, I've realized that they do differentiate between coastal and what I now call flat water rowing, which is what we do on the Thames, for example. Coastal rowing boats are much wider, so that they're much more stable in open water conditions. It gets much more rough. There's usually swell action that you have to contend with that you usually don't see on rivers especially, but more particularly lakes. It takes a very similar skill set, but it's applied in a very different way. We're hoping to take this boat to World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals again next year, and hopefully at some point, either with the current crew or with other members of a different team, qualify a boat for LA. In the interim, I'm also going to continue flat water training. I've got a championship single entry in the Head of the Charles, which is the largest head style race in the world, really, coming up in mid-October, and then I'll go to national team trials again next year for World Championships.